In this example, what I'm going to be doing is explaining how an if statement works. Now, an if statement is a decision. So say, for example, if I had a number, say 5, I could ask Python, is it bigger than 10, as an example. Okay, so let's have a look. How would I write that? Well, if I have number as a variable equals int input, enter a number, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if number is greater than 10, then. Now then, you'll notice I said then, and I've actually hit the colon. This is essentially you're telling Python that you're using an if statement. Now watch what happens. If I go up to the end here and press enter, my cursor comes right down and it's in line then with obviously the bottom number. But watch what happens now when I press enter. When I press enter now, it's indented, and this is very, very important. Python works with indenters, and what happens is if you get rid of that indentation, the if statement will not work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if number is less than 10, print your number is, sorry, that's greater than 10. If your number is greater than 10, if your number is greater than 10, your number is greater than 10. Now then, we're also then going to have to backspace and put else, print your number is less than 10. Now, if I have this, I've got an if statement, so if it's over 10, this is what happens, otherwise this is what happens. So let's run the code. So enter a number, I'm going to type 5, and it says your number is less than 10. Great. Let's try another number, 500, your number is greater than 10. That's fine, that's fantastic. So it's basically a decision. But what happens if you want to have more than one decision? Well, quite simply, we can have other ifs. So let's have a look. If we want another if statement, we can use elif number is greater than 20. There is a problem with doing it this way, and I'll see now in a moment. Print your number is greater than 20. And then if I want to do an else, print your number is less than 10, because obviously that was my original one. So let's have a look, see what happens. Must be saved. So enter a number, we're going to do 5 again. Your number is less than 10, so that works. So it's going through all of these and it works. Now if I run this again, and I'm going to enter 15, your number is greater than 10, so it's hitting that one there. Great. So let's run it again. This time I'm going to put 25 in. Ooh, it says your number is greater than 10. So what's actually happening is it's not going any further than this. And the reason is because we have a condition there which is being met. And as soon as the condition is met, it'll essentially return that. So it'll never actually get to here. So what we need to do is say if number is greater than 10 and number is less than, I'm going to say 19. Okay. What we're going to do is run that. So let's see now what happens. Enter a number. Let's do 15. Your number is greater than 10. Brilliant. So let's try it again. 25. Your number is greater than 20. So what it's doing is it's looking, and now it's going out here. So that's exactly what we want. Now I know this probably isn't the best way of doing it because obviously I haven't got the equal to. we should have that equal to or greater than, and likewise you'd need equal to there. However, this does illustrate how an if, an elif, and an else statement works. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe.